Yes, sir. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's popping? What it do? It's your boy, Mr. Wealthy Pips, man. Appreciate you guys being patient. We're starting today's call a little late, which is fine. All right. Um, I'm really mind blown. I'm really baffled, man. As you guys know, our 47th president has been elected. And look, whether you're a supporter or not, whether you voted for the other person, look, we're not going to go back and forth about who's better, about this, about that. But I am going to talk on the fact that this is affecting the markets because at the end of the day, I want to talk economics. Can we talk economics without being politicians? Because I don't know what happened. People woke up this morning and became politicians overnight. Let me ask y'all something. Y'all never, ever hear me talk about politics, ever, right? Never, never. You've never heard me talk about Biden, never heard me talk about Trump. The last time I talked about Trump was roughly 5 years ago, right? I talked about Trump when he was in office because he single-handedly made the market boom. And I made a lot of money during that time, not only from the election, but that whole period that he was in office. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. If you were trading 4 or 5 years ago, you would understand that the dollar was going nuts. The dollar was gaining strength. So regardless of people's opinions and how people feel, I'm here to educate, right? And I'm here to make money at the end of the day. I'm not here to decide who's better than who's better than her. I'm here to make money with y'all. So regardless of who won, who lost, the markets are still gonna move at the end of the day. But I want to talk about it because, some people, they seem confused. And I'm not gonna come on here and talk about my beliefs and this is that. Let's talk economics because this is what it really comes down to. Let's talk about the DXY. Who remembers? Look, I'm just giving you my take because this is what I've analyzed. This is what I study. Right? I was literally just telling my best friend Chino here. I'm like, bro, I've literally predicted all of these moves over the years. And look at this. Who remembers? I need you to drop a 7 in the chat. TDT, I know y'all in the building. Shout out to my beautiful community, my family that trusts and invests into me every single month, right? Individuals that I have beautiful relationships with, right? I just want to say thank you to the TDT familia. But I want you to look at this. Who remembers when I dropped this screenshot? Do y'all remember? I dropped this screenshot and I said, if Kamala wins, the dollar's going to go to shit. If Trump wins, the dollar's going to spike. Now, wait. Let's take it back. Some people, excuse my language, some of y'all really think I'm fucking crazy when it comes to this trading shit. And it's not that I'm crazy. I'm just educated and intelligent. Right? I want to pull this up. Right? And we're not just going to talk about, Forex, but we're also going to talk about stocks as well. Because if you guys took that Tesla markup I dropped, you would be up some cheese right now. So look, I just want to pull this up. I want you to look at the date here. When was this? November, look at this. November 5th. Let's see. The before, right here. Okay. And this was honestly just a few days ago, right? But I sent this markup, right? If you go all the way up and you scroll, right? And I'm just doing this because I want to show receipts. Some people think I make this shit up. Some people think that I don't take a loss. People think I'm capping. No. I'm going to show you receipts, right? Because the fact that I gave y'all the opportunity and I told y'all what was going to happen and it actually happened, it blows my mind to know that some of us still don't take advantage of the free value that we have here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with y'all, right? And look, I got to scroll all the way because I got to show y'all this. All right, I think it was October. When was it? Let me see real quick. Look at this. Y'all look at this on gold. Look at this on gold, man. We've been buying since 2650. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look, I want to show y'all because at the end of the day, it has to make sense and you have to see it for yourself, right? But what I'm trying to show y'all and talk about is that the DXY, right, has made a bullish move to the upside. Some of us are not aware yet of understanding why the dollar did that. Then you look at crypto, you look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's trading at all-time highs. All right, I was today talking to my man Gabe in the barbershop. He's like, Bitcoin just shot up like that overnight. I say, yeah, that's what crypto does. That's how it works. Right? But look, I just want to pull this up because even from weeks ago, right? Look at this. This is the DXY before. Right? Look at this. This was the DXY before. Okay. This is the DXY before. And I told you guys, Kamala wins, the dollar goes down. Trump wins, the dollar goes up. All right. This is the before. Okay. And here is the after. I cannot make this up. I wish I could make this shit up, but I don't make this shit up. Look at this. You saw the before, look at the after. I'm not a magician. I don't work with the banks. I'm not partnered up with the elites. I just study economics. I study price action. I study current events that are happening right now around the world. One thing I tend to do, I observe the masses and I do the complete opposite. Observe the masses and I do the complete opposite. So look, I don't care who you voted for. Regardless of knowing, right? What gave me the confirmation to know that Trump was going to win, right, was the markets were actually moving in our favor. The dollar was going bullish. Mind you, Euro USD just yesterday, I sent this out live. I don't know if you guys saw my recent reel, right? Shout out to TDT. We caught it yesterday. See, if you were part of my VIP, you would have caught not only this whole drop on gold at 2,700, you would have caught this sell here on Euro USD as well. Now, I'm going to be transparent. I took an L earlier today. Mind you, I caught 400 pips on gold, and I wanted to get into another trade here at 26.50 for a sell. It hit my stop loss, and I lost 30 pips. If I caught 400 pips and I lose 30 pips, y'all think I'm going to be mad? Are you going to question my trading? Are you going to question my education and what it is that I know? I caught 400 and I took a 30 pip loss. Boo-hoo. I'm not mad. Right? Shit happens. But now, as I see, right, as I see how things are playing out now, it's crazy. This man wasn't even elected, and then the market started booming. Look, I'm calling it right now. I said it in the chat earlier. At the inauguration, right, when they inaugurate Donald Trump, pay attention to this, the DXY, right? And also pay attention to USDJPY. TDT, where y'all at? I don't know if, I think even in a free chat, I told you guys, at 152 and 153, we're going to buy USDJPY. Look what happened just yesterday. It's crazy because some people know nothing about trading, but they listen to me in my community. And guess what happened? They make money when they listen. I love it because my students only have one person in their ear, and that person is me. I get it. You want to learn from other people, but I'm going to be honest. You cannot be consistently trading, making money if you have 5, 10 different people in your ear telling you to trade this way, trade that way, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm not here to bash anybody or educator or teacher, but at the end of the day, you got to listen to one person and really figure out what works and what doesn't work. Figure out what works and what doesn't work and see what's duplicatable and also consistent. Me, I like what's consistent in all aspects of life, even in relationships, even in romance, even in business. I just love consistency because, see, a lot of y'all, you're probably making a little bit of money trading. Maybe you're not making no money trading. And some of us are still thinking to ourselves, man, when is it going to be that big break? When am I going to catch a real move in the market? My question is, are you with the people that are catching big moves in the market? You want to manifest all these great things. Oh, I want to trade like Gustavo and his clique and his team and this is that. I used to be the same exact way. I used to see other people catching pips and I'd be like, damn, why am I not catching pips like that? People say it all the time. If you can't beat them, join them. So I'm not here to recruit you, persuade, convince you, but guess what? There's people in my chat, they didn't know nothing about trading, and they took this trade here on Euro USD and they banked on it. They took this gold trade here on right here on gold, 400 pips later, and they banked on it. All right. Let's talk about stocks real quick. Look, I don't know how much you guys pay attention to me, but I'm gonna be honest. Ever since I decided to start giving free value again, right? Mind you, I took some years off. Every time, right? Excuse me. The time I took off, right, from not giving free value was something personal I went through. But I'm gonna be honest. I give so much free value and information in that chat. And you know what's crazy? There's people that leave the chat and I message them like, why did you leave the chat? I'm giving you nothing but free value. Lee was one of them. There's a lot of people that have left the chat. And I'm going to be honest. As a person, I'm humble and can be humble. But when it comes to trading the charts, I'm a fucking shark. Why? How? Because nobody's catching the moves that I'm catching. All right, there's so many so-called traders out there, and they know what happens during the election. And guess what? They talk about, oh, I want to trade with less risk. This is that and the third. Don't you got to risk the biscuit eventually to get ahead? How is it that this man knows how to trade during the election? How is it that this man is consistently catching pips and the market's fluctuating on election day? How is he doing this? See, most people that have no fucking idea what they're doing, they're going to tell you, oh, don't trade. Save yourself time, energy, and money. It's going to be risky. I bet you 9 times out of 10, the person that tells you that has probably never made more than $10,000 trading. Yeah, I'm on here. I got to talk my talk today. I got to keep it real with y'all. Because all these moves I've given out, the Tesla move, the gold moves, I mean, not even from today or yesterday, but from the past weeks, from the past few months. What I'm trying to tell you is stop playing with this shit. Stop playing with this shit. Stop worrying about politics. Stop worrying about who's in office. Stop worrying about all this bullshit. And if you know you stay up every fucking week on a Zoom call to learn how to trade, that same energy everybody's putting out right now where they hate him, they hate her, this is that and the third. You see that energy? You could do the same exact thing. What everybody's doing, right? The masses, what are they doing? Hating each other right now. Or you could do the opposite and lock in and really learn this shit. While the whole world was spazzing out, freaking out, we were selling Euro USD. While the whole world was spazzing out, freaking out about who's in office, we were selling gold. And I tell you this, you don't have to support me. It's okay. Right? I'm an individual too. I'm very bold what I say. I curse like a sailor. I might say some things that might throw you off. But when it comes to these charts, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You might not like me as a person, but I guarantee you I'm more qualified than anybody in your phone book when it comes to trading. And I stand on that. 10 toes. Y'all probably like, yo, why are you talking your shit today? Why are you so confident? Because 4 years ago, I traded the election and I knew what I was doing, and I maxed out the opportunity during the election, and I'm doing it here again. Look, I'm gonna be honest, man. And this is just the honest truth. And somebody's gonna leave the call. Just being honest. I remember 10 years ago, I used to hear this quote that said, this is what I heard 10 years ago. They said, the illiterate of the 21st century is not about what it is that you have, but what it is that you know. And not only is what you learn, but the people that are going to have to unlearn what it is that they already know and relearn the real things of what's really going on. You see, we're going through a phase right now. We're going through the biggest wealth transfer in the entire world. There's a reason why low-class people get wiped out right now. If you would have made a decision 10 years ago to be like, yo, I'm going to control my life. I'm going to do whatever the fuck it takes, whether investing this, investing that. I guarantee you, 10 years ago, if you would have made that decision, you wouldn't be tripping about who's in office right now. But now that all these laws come into place, all these, look, I get it. I respect everybody's rights, everybody's laws, but I can't control that shit. I can't walk into the Supreme Court like, hey, I'm Mr. Wealthy Pitts, and we need to change the laws because me and the trading world says so. No, I can't do that. But what I can control is what I know on these charts. That's why during COVID, if you guys don't remember, during COVID, gold was bullish. Gold was popping off. The whole world was freaking out. People losing their minds. And I get it, man. The thing with me is I don't live in fear. A lot of people live in fear. I went through COVID, traded during COVID, made a lot of money, but guess what? I still had to deal with the repercussions of what the world was going through. But guess what? I never let that make me or break me. You see, times like this are going to wake you the fuck up. Like, I'm serious. Times like this are going to wake you the fuck up. And I'm going to be honest. The way people have reacted the past 24, 48 hours, not only directly to me, but indirectly, and how I see other people act with other people, put a fire under my ass. And put a fire under my ass to really, really do something different. And really, instead of me impacting people, I made a decision today at the gym. I'm done impacting people. I'm ready to start empowering people. Because there's a lot of people that are just educated through Instagram, through Facebook, and social media. That's their source for information. But it's okay. It's not their fault. It's society's fault. It's the picture that people paint, right? The quote-unquote elites, the Illuminati, right? A lot of people like to talk all that shit. But you know what's crazy? The past 10 years of doing what I'm doing, the Illuminati ain't done shit to me. I'm catching all these goddamn pips, traveling all over the world, helping so many people. How can I control something that I can't control? I'm going to be honest. Trump ain't going to save you, and he ain't going to save me. But through the actions that are done of what he's doing, I'm going to be honest. If you're a real trader, meaning you were trading 4 or 5 years ago, it was the easiest time to get rich, easiest time to get wealthy. Guess what? We're still in the same exact time. I look at it like this. What happened those past 4 years with Trump is going to happen again. And everything that you see going on, inflation, groceries, I'm telling you, little by little, you're going to see prices go down. You're going to see it's going to happen. So I want everybody to understand, I'm not picking sides. I'm taking advantage of the system because the system ain't going to take advantage of me. And that's what I want every single one of you guys to do here, is to separate yourself from everything and anybody. From the fuckery, the bullshit, the cap, the drama, the hype. There's a reason why you guys see me doing business the way I do business. There's a reason why you don't see people in the pictures that I post anymore. There's a reason why you don't see me hang out with certain individuals. Because what? I had to separate myself. But I want everybody to understand, man, you got to be a student of the game throughout the whole journey. I can give you pips all day. I can give you setups all day. But when I'm not here, when I click end meeting and you go back to your regular program, what is it that you're doing? What are you implementing into your life to better your finances, better your mind? What are you doing? Because if you just come here, oh, I just want to trade, Gustavo. Okay, I get it. I'll give you the trade, but where's the substance? Where's the, I want to learn more. Right? And I'm going to break it down like this. Look, it's simple when you look at these markets. The reason why some people don't get it is because they overcomplicate shit. And not only overcomplicate shit, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not here to throw shots at any strategy or whatever. But a lot of y'all be trading smart money and you make no money. Let me say it again. A lot of y'all be trading this smart money concept, but you make no money. You trade it because it sounds cool. The verbiage sounds cool. I used to be the same way. I'm like, oh, I'm trading like the banks. I never forget. I made a Telegram called "Wealthy Breaks the Banks." I was so in love with trading like the banks, and we was catching pips. Don't get me wrong. We was helping a lot of people, but I figured out it wasn't consistent because there was times when I would catch 50 to 100 pips, but then there's times where price would make a move and then hit me at break even and then keep on making a move. But then at the end of the day, it just wasn't consistent for me. I didn't feel comfortable actually trading that type of style. So what did I do? I went back to the drawing board and I figured out what works and I also figured out what doesn't work. A lot of you guys have gone through that. And guess what? Some of you guys are still going through that. Some of y'all, look, I'm just being honest. Some of y'all done gone to this company, that company, you still don't know how to trade. You done learn from this mentor, that mentor, you still haven't learned how to trade. What's the it factor? Is it you? Are you not putting time and work? Are you not studying? Are you not putting the time and work behind the scenes when your mentor is not there? What is it? Because I'm gonna be honest, me as a mentor, I teach the same thing I would teach in a private setting with my community. I'm gonna teach to you guys as well. Most of us have no idea how to look at the market. But let me give you 3 key factors. If you know it, follow me in the chat. Look, these are the 3 factors, 3 pillars that I pay attention to. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I'm just being honest. I do not know no trader, no educator, no teacher, no mentor that is creating the amount of success stories that I'm creating right now with this system. I don't know. Okay. This is what I call TSK. What is TSK? Let me break it down for you. Number 1, what does the T stand for? Number 1, the T stands for trend, right? I'm gonna turn my camera off real quick so you guys can really dial in, right? Drop a 7 in the chat if you with me, man. A lot of y'all look sleepy. A lot of y'all look sleepy on here. I better wake up. I'm trying to give you some game right now. I ain't gonna lie. You learn this strategy, you implement it, you could go out there and make hundreds and hundreds and even thousands and thousands of dollars. Let's talk about it, right? What is the number 1 pillar when it comes to TSK, right? Number 1 is the trend, right? There's a lot of different markets that we could trade. You have commodities like gold, you have oil, you have Forex foreign pairs like USD JPY, GBP JPY. You have so many different markets out there. You see, a lot of y'all like to trade 10, 20 different pairs at once. And then you wonder why you're not profitable. You wonder why you're not consistent. So many of us want to hit a home run. You want to make $1 million in one day. And you're trading 10 to 20 different markets and you don't even know what markets are actually trending. You see, there's people out there, right, that are specialized to identify trends, right? One of my private students, he's a part of TDT, Mr. Bill, he's an engineer. He even told me, he's like, man, you know, I used to study trends as well back in the day, financial wise, right? Studying trends, understanding tech companies, understanding, I mean, even elections, right? Elected presidents. There's a lot of things that play a major role in trending markets. So number 1, I need you to write it down. Yes, this is simple, straight to the core, straight to the T. I ain't giving you no bullshit, institutional imbalance, fair value. I don't trade that bullshit. I trade TSK. So number 1 is trend. If you know what type of trends are in the market, drop it in the chat. What type of trends are in the market? Let me know. Right? When you see a trending market, what type of trends do we see? Can anybody tell me in the chat? I want to know who's educated here tonight. Can anybody tell me in the chat what 2 trends do we mainly spot in the market? Okay, up and down, but what is the proper term? Bullish trend means it goes up. Bearish trend means it goes down. Exactly. Uptrend, downtrend. Bullish trend, bearish trend. You see, you can tell somebody, oh, it goes up, it goes down, but that's not enough into detail. People be like, oh, what goes up, what goes down must go up. I get it. We all know that, right? Same quote everybody uses. Right? So remember, when the market's up, bullish trend. When the market is down, it's a bearish trend, right? Let me show you an example real quick. Some of y'all like, man, this sounds boring. If it's boring, show me your receipts, show me your pips. Let me know if you're catching pips. Right? You got to be on this call for a reason, because if you're catching a fuck ton of pips, you're making more money than me. Hey, all power to you. But you're probably like, why are you breaking down some simple stuff? Because most people don't identify trends. Look at this. This is a trend, which is called a bullish trend, right? The market goes up, correct? Right? Vice versa. If the market goes up, it also will go down, right? This is what we call a bearish trend, when the market is going down, right? Now, for you guys, have you ever traded in the market and it doesn't move either way and the market just moves sideways? Can anybody tell me what that is called in the chat? Let me know in the chat. What is that called? The market's not trending up or down. It's not bullish or bearish. What is exactly happening in the market? Okay, consolidation, exactly. All right, so the market, if it's not trending up or down, bullish or bearish, right, it's gonna consolidate, meaning, yeah, ranging is a good one too. You could use that too. Right? If it's not doing either or, bullish trend or bearish trend, remember the market is just gonna move sideways. And this is what we call either ranging or consolidation. And I want you to answer me in the chat. You guys think you can trade consolidation? Or do you think that the average person coming in knows how to trade consolidation in the market? If you do, cool. If you do, you do. If you don't, it's cool. I just want some participation in the chat. You personally, like, I don't want you to answer for everybody. You personally, can you trade a ranging market? And would you rather trade a ranging market, consolidation, or would you rather trade trending markets? Okay, Kyle, appreciate your transparency. Okay, Rolinda, appreciate your transparency. No, trending would be the best. Exactly. Now, don't get me wrong, with experience and knowing what you're doing, right? And you got some skin in the game. Yes, you can trade consolidation in ranges, but you're only going to catch minimal pips. Does that make sense? So drop a 7 in the chat if you understand pillar number 1, trends. Okay. So for everybody here, if you've been mindlessly trading and you don't know what you're doing, after tonight, I want you to understand, when you're looking for a trade, when you're looking for an opportunity, when you're looking to make money, you want to identify an obvious trend in the market. Doesn't matter what it is you're trading. I want you guys to understand what I'm teaching you, you can implement it to other markets as well. It could be crypto, indices, commodities. You can literally apply it to every market, right? So number 1, trend. Okay. Number 2, structure. Right? What is the S in TSK? Structure. So the market, as it trends, right, up or down, it also creates structure. Some of us might know what structure is. Maybe some of us don't know what it is. So let me educate you. I like to break down structure in a sense of like a ladder, in a sense, right? So pay attention. As you guys can see here on the bullish market we have here on the left side, price is bullish and it's going up, correct? You see, in order for this to continue bullish or even bearish, it has to create levels of structure. So for instance, you see this high right here that is formed? In order for this to even continue to go up, price has to break out, right, of this high right here, which happens here, right? First, we look for a break, and then we look for a retest, right? You see price comes down. You know, there's a reason why people, right, they buy when the market is high. Whoever here bought the market at a high and then you see price retrace? Drop a 7 in the chat if you've done that before. You see, what's crazy is a lot of you guys do that because you enter because you think it's going to go up or you think it's going to go down. You don't have no proper confirmation to tell you to actually get in the market. But this is how we identify structure in the market, right? Previous highs here, price has broken out. Here's the retest. In order to continue this trend, price has to retest the previous high, right? Remember, in order to continue the trend. And look at this, vice versa, same thing over and over. In order for this high to be broken out, it must break first and then retest to continue the trend. Also, look, vice versa on a sell, right? This is a level of structure. This is a level of structure. This is a level of structure. How many times have you sold like, oh, the market's going down, it's going down. And you sold right here. And then look what happens. The market pulls back on you, right? And then look, it hits your stop loss. It didn't, or you get out of the trade automatically, manually, right? And then look what happens. Boom, the market breaks that level. Most people are going to sell here, but we don't sell when the market is moving as such. We wait for the break and then we enter off the retest. Right? We wait for the break and then we enter off a retest. Does that make sense, guys? That's structure. That's structure right there. You see the structure points that are made when the market is trending up or down? If you understand it, drop a 7 in the chat. And if you don't understand it, drop a number 2 in the chat. Some of y'all probably like, man, this is too basic, bro. That's why I make 6-7 figures trading. So I'm gonna keep it basic. All right, y'all remember last month, what? It was a September. Y'all saw what happened September, 26K in one day. What did I do? I applied what it is that I know. I saw a bullish market, which was gold. I saw a key level within the structure that was made. And then last but not least, number 3, what is the K to TSK? Key levels. This right here is like the peanuts and the cherry on top. Some of us probably know key levels through quarter points, right? You've probably been taught quarter points. I call them key levels. Let me tell you something. But I am understanding what you're showing. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate it. For you guys that are understanding what I'm showing you, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. That's why I do these calls, so you can understand it. All right. And plus, you guys already know I'll drop the recording here after, so it's no problem. Right. But look, last but not least, because I'm gonna wrap y'all up here in a quick second, right? Last but not least, number 3, key levels, right? Let's talk about key levels real quick, right? Look at gold here on a bigger time frame, daily 4-hour, right? Constant uptrend, right? We know where the trend is here, right? Price is bullish. But has the way gold has been trending on an upside, right? Mind you, gold has been through these levels of 1100, 1200, 1500, right? 2000, and now we're trading at the 2700 levels, right? Well, 2659 level, right? What if I told you, while this has been trending all the way up, it has created levels, right? Key levels. One of these key levels happened to be the level of 2000, right? And you'd be like, okay, why 2000? Look at this, right? Price reacted at 2000. Mind you, this was the highest point gold has ever hit. This was back in 2022 in March. If you guys don't know, this is when Ukraine and Russia went to war. What happened? What causes commodities and currencies to move? War, right? Ukraine, Russia went to war. Gold topped out at an all-time high at 2000. Look what happened. It bounced off of 2000, never broke above it. Most people would have thought, oh, it's going to break 2000. I mean, even me. But the one thing I teach to my students, I teach to my community. See, if you're a part of my community, right, you get that access to me. You can ask me every single question in the book. But the 2 things I teach my community and to my students, right? We wait on 2 things. Can TDT tell me in the chat, what are the 2 things we wait on when price hits a key level? Can anybody tell me? two things we wait on. And it's crazy because these two things that we wait on, right, could literally change the game forever for you. Miss Victoria, we got to get on the phone. It's been a minute. I know we were supposed to talk soon, but look at that. Even she knows. She's always on my Wednesday calls, and she knows. I know Lee knows. Two things happen, break or bounce. Look what happened here at 2000. Price hit it and it bounced. Price hit it here and it bounced. Price hit it here again and it bounced. But look what happened here. Price broke out of 2000. Look at this, look at this. I'm not making this up. All right, look at this. Price hit it, bounce. Excuse me, hit it again. Look at this, it bounced. But then not only did it bounce, but price eventually did what? It broke out. Look at this, the breakout of 2000. Look at the retest. Look at the retest. Boom, retest 1. Boom, retest 2. Boom, retest 3. And look at this, forget about it. Right after that last retest at 2000, look where gold went. It went to 2100, 2200, and it went higher. Right, ended up going to what? 2500. Then we went from 2500 all the way to 2600. Then we went all the way to 2700. Do you guys see the key levels I'm showing you? Because look at this. This was 2000, right? And then this was 2100, right? This was a key level as well here, right? 2100. Price broke out. And then look at this. We went from 2100, right? All the way to 2500. And look at this. In between 2500, right? We have 2550, another key level. And look at this. How is 2550 a key level? Well, I always base things off of whole numbers. I like to count pips every 10 pips, right? And I like to also count in 50 pip gaps. From 2450, right, to 2550, I believe that was roughly how many pips? 500 pips, right? But look at this. 2550 is just a psychological number to pay attention to. But look what happens. Price breaks out from 2550. Why did it come back and retest 2550 exactly? Mind you, gold has never been this high. This is it climbing to the highest point. Right? A high was made. 2550 got broken. Right? Even with 2500, look at this. I knew price was going to come back to price was going to hit 2500, and price was going to eventually break above, and it was going to retest 2500. And that's exactly what happened. Look at this. Break above, it gave us about 2 to 3 retests. And look, the market went to the upside. 2550 was next. And look what happened. Broke above 2550. Boom, it retested. After 2550, where did we go? 2600. After 2600, where did we go? 2650. Right? So understand these key levels, right? And understand even the highest point. 2790 is the highest gold has ever been in mankind. And guess what? Guess what? A lot of y'all didn't catch the move. You didn't catch the move. You want to catch pips, but you didn't catch the move. If you study, if you put in the work, if you put in the time, you study economics, guess what? You could be catching monumental moves as well. Because look at this, 2550, 2600. Look, isn't it crazy how price breaks 2600 and comes back to retest right around the same area? Are you guys understanding the key levels now? Does that make sense? Right? Because as I showed you guys, right, the levels of structure, right, where you know exactly where you're buying from the retest, the break, and then the retest. The entry at the retest is a key level. Every time. Right? It's a key level. Even here, 152 on USD/JPY. Look, if we put this line right here, right, and we look at the level of 152, if you ever seen loss, like, man, what is this going to do? You look far left. And look what happens. We marked two areas, 152 and 153. I knew the price was going to be bullish on the dollar, so I said, price is going to break out at 153. If it comes down to retest, it'll retest one more time at 152. And look at this. All I did was pay attention to the past, right? I pay attention to the past. Look at this. I cannot make this shit up, right? Some of y'all seem so lost in the market. Well, guess what? Go backpedal, right? If history doesn't repeat itself, well, I believe in patterns. And guess what? The market is always given patterns, right? If I see, look at this, price bounces off of 152, bounces, and then what? It breaks 152. Never even came back for a retest until some time after, because look what happened. Price broke 152, came all the way back, and look at the entry, the retest at 152. Remember, this is a key level. Look at this. We could go behind in time and look at this area here, right? 2022. What is this? Friday, October 21st. Price hit that 152 level and it bounced. Price came back here, boom, and it bounced. If you knew it didn't break above and it only bounced, you can sell, boom. Right? If you look at the sell, you would have caught the sell hundreds of pips. But once you understand, right, TSK, you can catch the sell and the buy. You can play ping pong with this shit. My question is, how patient are you going to be to wait on this type of retest right here? Right? And then look, 152, 153, look how price made these moves at prior levels. Why is it so relevant to where price is at today? Look at this. Price was playing here. I put two and two together. I said, okay, Trump wins. The dollar's going to boost. We're going to break above 153. And guess what? My total target on USDJPY, 161. Call me crazy, but I'm calling it here right now. Remember, price is at 154. Right? I'm looking to go to 161. And I'm going to be honest, this is how I tie it all together. I trade London session late at night. That's what we trade here at TDT. If you're part of my community, we do calls at late night. While most of y'all are sleeping on your dreams, right? Me and my community, we up late at night and we're trading and we're looking for moves. People ask me, why do you trade London? I believe 90% of the volume moves for London session. Some people tell me New York session, the market's very, active, which I understand. It can be, don't get me wrong. I've traded New York numerous of times. But my bread and butter, my cup of tea, my go-to, my tortilla and beans, I trade London session. That's what I like to trade. So I tell people this, look, I'm going to give y'all the 3 keys real quick. And I'm going to leave y'all. All right, let me pull this up. Let me pull this up, man. I'm going to give y'all 3 keys. I give y'all 3 pillars. I'm going to give y'all 3 keys. As a trader, you need to have structure in your trading. Right? Look, I don't care who you listen to. I don't care who your mentor is. Right? I've been doing this for over a decade. I've made millions of dollars. I've traveled the world and I've helped numerous of other people make hundreds of thousands of dollars as well. So when I say what I say, I know what I know. I say it for a reason. All right? Pay close attention to my screen. We got Jordan Belfort. He's going to help us out, right? We're going to wrap it up here tonight. I know you guys are probably getting tired, but it's cool. I want to give y'all value. Okay? So look, the 3 keys to trading. I ain't talking about DJ Khaled. I put over 10,000 plus hours into this skill set. If you haven't put close to even 1,000 hours, you still got way more work to do. Does that make sense? So look, once I figured out these three keys of trading, my trading changed forever. Right? So number 1, I want you to write this down. Number 1, trust the process. Look, I used to work at AutoZone, barely making $1,000 a month, right? And working 40, 50 hours a week, I realized working what I was, making, I think I was making like $9 or $10 an hour, $9 or $10 an hour. I realized at that age, it was around 19, 20 years old, I realized that I wasn't worth $9, $10. And I remember when I used to trade, right, back in my old job, AutoZone, right, because that was my last job, I used to be in the break room. I used to be like, man, I need to trust the process. I need to trust the process. I need to trust the process. That's all I ever told myself. And I'm telling you this because this is what I used to tell myself. And I still tell myself this to this day, right? Number 1, trust the process. All right. Number two, I hope y'all taking notes. Number two, you got to know what you're trading, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you should be trading, but you got to know what the hell you're trading. A lot of us just like to click buttons, copy and paste because it sounds cool, because you want to make money. But if you're making money from it, wouldn't you want to know what you're making money from? You can't be just money hungry, be like, oh, I just want to make money and I don't know what I'm doing. Nah, you want to know not only what it is that you're doing, but you want to know what it is that you're trading, whether it's Forex, whether it's commodities, whether it's indices, whether it's cryptocurrency. You got to know what it is you're getting yourself into, right? And not only know what you are trading, but you also need to know what time to be trading. You can't just wake up like a freak accident, like, oh, time to make money. No. There's desired times, right? Specialized for the markets to move, right? If you're on Eastern time, you have the opportunity to trade New York session, right? In the morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time, okay? If you're on Eastern time, you also can trade London market, which is at 3 a.m. Eastern, right? And then you have the Tokyo market that you could trade during the day at 7 p.m. Eastern, and also the Sydney market open. So understand, it's 4 sessions that you can trade. Me, myself, I only focus on one, which is London. Some of you are like, oh, I can't stay up to 3 o'clock in the morning because I got work. Okay, cool. That all I can say is sacrifice. I used to wake up going 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning to go work at AutoZone. And guess what? I'd be trading London all the way till daylight comes up. Why? Because I wanted it that bad. So I don't know how bad you want it, how bad you want to work from home, do what you want, wake up when you want, do whatever the hell you want. But if, oh, I got work in the morning, sleep this, sleep that, you need to start learning how to take naps. You need to program your brain where you can take naps during the day so you can be up at crucial hours. There's a reason why there's not even much people on this call right now, right? Because I believe late at night is where most of the money is made, especially in the market. All right, so look, remember, you got 4 sessions. You got the Sydney Open at 5 p.m. Eastern, Tokyo Open at 7 p.m. Eastern, and then the London market open at 3 a.m. And last but not least, the New York session at 8 a.m. Eastern. All right. So look, at the end of the day, know what you're trading and know what time to be trading. And number 3, last but not least, and I'll close you guys out, risk what you have, not what you don't have. A lot of y'all do this, and that's why you call trading a scam. I believe now we're in a time where crypto is being accepted. Crypto ain't going anywhere. Bitcoin ain't going anywhere. So for you guys that have been skeptical about Bitcoin, I'm sorry to break it to you. I don't care what your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, tu tia Marina, I don't care what anybody says. Crypto is here and crypto is here to stay. Some of y'all are like, damn, why didn't I buy when it was at 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K? That's not my problem. You got to take a risk, ladies and gentlemen. You can't just be listening to him, her, and whoop-de-woo, Billy Bob Joe on Instagram, and you know they're not living the lifestyle you want. You've heard numerous of people talk about Bitcoin, about crypto, including myself. If you're a part of my community, everybody that's in my community in the past year to 2 years, I've told them to buy Bitcoin frequently. And when they make withdrawals, right, when you make your withdrawal via Bitcoin, leave some Bitcoin in a wallet and watch it grow. And guess what? Since then, right, numerous of people, even publicly, hundreds of thousands of people I've told to buy Bitcoin are up right now crazy on Bitcoin. So look, I'm telling you this before another wave happens, right? Trading is now accepted into the world, right? We understand that now because of what happened with this election. We understand who's in power now, right? Trading is becoming normal at this point. But at the end of the day, some get into this with the perception of only wanting to make money. And I get it. We all want to make money. But there has to be a different substance to this of actually learning the skill set. Because without education, there's no compensation. Does that make sense? Right? Without no education, it's no compensation. All right. Look, man, I'm not here to talk down on you. I'm here to uplift you. I'm here to really give you value because I'm really one of the ones, right? I feel God chose me to do specifically exactly what it is that I'm doing right now. I could be charging you for this info. I could gatekeep it. I could cancel the call, but I said, you know what? Everybody deserves to learn this because there's a lot of people freaking out, losing their fucking mind right now. And guess what? There's things you can't control. There's a lot of things out there you can't control, right? A lot of people, I can't even control my finances. Yeah, you can. You haven't trusted the process. You haven't dialed in. You haven't locked in. You haven't really had that conversation to yourself and be like, man, I got to stop bullshitting with every opportunity that comes my way. I'm telling you right now, the world is going through the biggest wealth transfer ever. I'm sorry to say it, but the low class, they're getting wiped out. It's either I'm gonna be real with you. It's either you're gonna be wealthy or you're gonna be broke the next 5 years to 10 years. If you don't adapt, if you don't change with the times, you're gonna get left behind. I'm telling y'all see crypto is viral now. Everybody's buying Bitcoin at this point. I'm gonna tell y'all this now. You'd be like, well, when should I buy, Gustavo? Well, we see where Bitcoin's at right now. Let's talk about it real quick. Because I could be here all day. Let me pull it up. And I'm gonna let y'all go. All right, Bitcoin's at 75,000. I'm gonna let you know this right now. Wait for a 25 to 30% retracement. Right, mind you, we hit the all-time high, right? This is the highest Bitcoin has ever been, right? Well, 76,000 to be exact, right? Some of y'all are still baffled, like, oh my God, that Bitcoin stuff is real. Yeah, it's real. Right? I know people right now becoming millionaires, thousandaires. It's insane. Right? From 76,000, we need to see a 25% pullback. So I would say price is eventually going to come back down to maybe the 70s, even the 65 range. So between a 20 to 30% pullback, do not buy at these highs. Wait for price to come back down. Right? We're still in the bullish sentiment. We're still in the bullish phase, but don't buy at the high. Right? Wait for like at least a 15% retracement from 76,000. Right? This is a 10% retracement at what? 67,000. Wait for price to get back to 65,000, and then we're gonna eventually look to scale in here. But see, look at this. Look at this. Some of y'all probably did it, right? Price hit the high, people buying at the high. Oh, I don't want to miss this wave, and look what happens. Bitcoin coming down. And why did you enter at the high? Because you're not educated. Look, tap in with me. Come get educated. Come trade with a real one. I'm no fluff. I'm real as it comes, right? There's a lot of people out there that have no idea what they're doing when it comes to this trading shit. But I do. I know exactly what I'm doing, right? And I've been doing this for over a decade, 10 plus years, ladies and gentlemen. I think I know what it is that I'm doing. All right? And I want everybody here to understand you have the same exact opportunity just like I did a decade ago. I locked in. I stopped bullshitting. I put my pride and ego to the side, and I decided to master this skill set. That's why I could do what I want, when I want, go where I want, do whatever I want, with whoever I want. I could say what I want because I've obtained freedom with this skill set. You guys see me every single week. I'm going to show you the charts. I'm going to give you some value. I might not give you a trade every single time like I do, but you're going to get some value, right? But if you really want to lock in, if you're tired of the bullshit, you're tired of the hype, you're tired of the smoke and mirrors, you're tired of this company, this mentor, that mentor, come tap in with me. Come tap in with me. I'll show you real value. You want to level up with your mindset? I did it 10 years ago. I'm still doing it to this day. I can show you. I can show you everything that I've done. I've made 50K in a month, 100K in a month. I can show you how to do all those things. I can't show you how to make $1 million in a month, though. But at the end of the day, you got to put your pride and your ego to the side and understand, like, yo, if somebody got the results I want, I got to learn from them. I got 120 plus students in my community that pay me $180 a month. I don't do this for money. I could be doing other things. I could be minding my own business. I could be on an island, living my best life, not having to do no Zoom call. But I do this because I'm for the people, man. And I know there's people out there right now that not only they want this shit, but they need this shit. That's why I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give the free value like I used to. because I know there's people all over the world that are profiting, that are learning exactly what it is that I'm teaching. So look, I'm giving you the invitation. You can log in every single Wednesday night at midnight time, right? And you're gonna catch me right here, right? You're gonna catch me right here, giving you value, giving you nuggets, right? And just being totally transparent with you. But if you really want to tap in with me, where you can ask me questions, you got my phone number, you're getting value from me, you're taking my trades, you're a part of my community, then come see what we're about. Let me show you how I get down. I put my money where my mouth is. And if you don't get results, I'll give you a refund. That's how confident it is in what I do. All right. Ms. Jamil Peterson, she said, I've been following you since the days of iMarkets Live. Thank you for sharing your time and giving valuable information. I haven't traded in 2 years, but I honestly believe trading is one of my vehicles to wealth. I'm happy to hear that. I felt led to stay up and get on this call, and I'm glad I did. Thank you for giving me your value. Ms. Jamil, Ms. Peterson, please DM me. If you really want to lock in with me, you really want to work with me hands-on, please DM me, right? Look, I'm going to drop my Instagram. He said, you are speaking. Okay, Rolanda. She said, you are speaking what God has given a window of mercy and grace. I bought a 50K prop firm account from Paradise Capital and need to pass it. So I tap in for the 180, which you do not need the money at all. So here I come, son. Hey, tap in with me. Tap in with me. All you got to do is subscribe. You get my phone number. You ask questions. Guess what? I got answers for you. I'm going to have every answer, right? But I have some answers at the end of the day. All right. You want to catch pips? You want to catch wealthy pips like me? Let's do it. Because it's possible. All right. You just got to lock in. Stop bullshitting. All right. I took a risk on myself years ago, multiple risks. And here I am today, thriving, living, doing what I want to do, going where I want to go. Right. Friday, I'll be 30 years old. 30 years old Friday. Right. For everybody on TDT here, as you guys know, no call for tomorrow on Thursday. The week ends today. I'm up well over like 500 pips for the week. I took like 1 or 2 L's this week on gold, but well over up 400 plus pips. I'm up on Euro USD. I don't even need to trade. I really don't. And it's crazy is that this is a problem that some of you guys want. Like, damn, I want to be able to say that I don't need to trade. Then tap in with me. Trust the process. Give me 90 days of commitment of your time and your energy, right? Give me 90 days and you'll learn TSK, right? There's people on this call right now that are a part of my community. They didn't know jack squat shit about trading years ago. Guess what? They understand it. They're making a living from it. They're withdrawing every single week, right? And I can say this confidently. Put any trader in front of me, any mentor in front of me, I'm ready to work. I love competition. That shit keep me going. But I'm going to be honest, ain't nobody catching more pips than me right now. Ain't nobody catching these historical moves like me right now. I don't know no trader that traded this election besides me. And I don't say that to toot my horn, to boast, brag, to impress you, to impress upon you. I mean, I say that to impress upon you. That ain't nothing special about me. I'm an average kid with above average dreams. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, right? I'm 29 years old. I'm single. I got no kids. And all I did was make a decision 10 years ago to go all the fuck in and lock the fuck in. And here we are today, living life. So at the end of the day, you know what you got to do. You're an adult. I'm not your mom. I'm not your dad. You know right from wrong, right? If you're done with the hype, you're done with the bullshit, come work with your boy. Because guess what? Every single week, every single day when I wake up, I'm killing shit. Everything I'm touching, I'm killing it. All right? So if you want to vibrate high, tap in with your boy, man. All right? I appreciate each and every single one of you guys for tuning in. It was an honor. It was a privilege to serve you guys. Next week, same time, every Wednesday. I have not missed one call. I think I missed maybe one call due to traveling. Right? You can catch this beautiful face once again next week. All right? I'm going to drop the recording in the chat. But with that being, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. TDT, y'all know the vibes, right? We're ending the week early. Let me get some sevens in the chat from everybody. And like I said, man, if you're tired of the bullshit, you're tired of the hype, you're tired of following sheep, people that don't know what the fuck they're doing, excuse my language, tap in with me. Because I'm really like that. I'm really like that. Online and offline. All right? Look, I got a song I got a song for these traders out here, right? Because I'm not really like them. They're not like us. They're not like us. They're not like me, right? So I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Tap in with me. Friday, I'll be 30 years old. Look, come Friday and Saturday, I'm off the radar. So you got tonight and you got tomorrow to tap in with me. But come Sunday, I'm showing up with my jersey on. And I ain't talking about a Saints jersey. I'm showing up with my grind jersey on. Because it's going to be another week of domination. Hey, man, tap in, tap out. It's your boy, Mr. Wealthy Pips. Y'all know the vibes. See y'all next week. Same time, same link. And like I always say, I'm going to see you at the top or from the top because the bottom is way too crowded.
Let the niggas have the Grammys, we got the streets. We rich already. And my chick the baddest. This rolling like my trophy. Young nigga. When they needed motivation.